Okay, so welcome to another episode of the React series. So in our previous lesson, we were able to design this nav bar that we have on our screen. It was very nice. Today we are going to learn how we are going to design our home page. So quickly, let's get into that. So the first thing that we are going to do is we are going to create a new component. So we come into the component folder, right click, select a new file. We are going to name this component home. So home dot, don't forget the extension .jsx. Then we are also going to create our css file, that is css model file. So home dot model dot css. Okay, so now let's go quickly into our home component. As I've told you before, when you're using this code editor, that's VS Code, we have a lot of shortcuts. So we are going to use RAFCE to create our functional component. Yes, so we have the component. The first thing that I want you to do whenever you create a component is to import your CSS file inside your component. So you come to the top and you are going to import. So as usual, as I've told you, it will be better if you name your CSS styles, so that we be able for it will be very simple for you. So you're going to type styles, import styles from, so where are we importing it from? Dot slash components slash home dot module dot css. Okay, so we are done. So after you are done, the next thing that you have to do is to go to your app.js. I've told you that the app.js is the file that displays everything on your website. So we are going to import our home. Also, if you fail to import this, you can code in your home component, but nothing will appear in your browser. So we are going to import home. Yes, so now if we import home from component slash home, then we are going to include it over here. So we have our home components. Okay, so the next thing, now we are all done, we can start coding our home component. So now quickly, let's go back to our home component. Okay, so now we are going to give this div a class name, and I'm going to call it stars dot. If you have watched the previous video, doing this is supposed to be very simple for you. So we are going to call the stars dot container. So stars dot con, okay, let me make it capital, container. Okay, so first of all, I want us to go to the CSS and let's try and see if we can code or design it a little. So container dot container. So now I would want to add a width that is 100%. So I want it to cover the whole width of the screen. So 100%. Then for the height, I'm going to give it 100 VH. That is 100% of the viewport. So the viewport, I'm going to explain that in a separate video. So we're going to use 100% width and 100 view 8. That is the viewport height. Then also for this home page, I want to add a background image. So to do that, we are going to import image or add images to our web page. So I've done that already here, but how I did it is that you have to right click on your SRC, select new folder, then you type the name of the folder. So I typed what images. So and I added some 2 images inside the images file. So if you are wondering, or if you want quickly, let me show you this. You can come to the folder on your desktop, that is the React project, and you can go to SRC, and inside the SRC you can right click and create a new folder. Then you add your images. So you right click, just normal computing knowledge, new folder, name it images, then add your images. Then we are going to add the image as a background. So we have this property in CSS, that is background image. All these are plain and simple CSS. So the background image property take a URL. So we take the URL and we are going to specify the location. So dot dot slash, we have images slash, so the name of the image is back, so back.png. So whenever you use the background image property in CSS, there are some other properties that is a must for you to use in order to achieve a better or beautiful background. And one of the first property is background position. So with a background position, we are going to select center. So we want the image to be at the center, that is the position of the image. So let's go to our browser and let's check the progress. So yes, so the image is at the center. Then also we also have the background size. So background size, we have the property of cover. So we want it to cover. Yes, we set it to cover. And the last one, background repeat, we are going to set it to no repeat. Yes, so that is that for the, so let's go to, so now you can see we have this beautiful background, but as you can see there is a bit of margin at the edges of the image. We don't want that. Um we want the image to cover the entire width, but as you can see there's a little white space over here, and I would want us to remove that. And to remove this, we are going to do with the index.css. So we will come to the index.css, and as I've said before, whenever you want to apply global styling to your CSS file, that is where you are going to do that from. So now to do that, we are going to add asterisk. That means that we are applying this styling for everything inside our React app, and we are going to have a margin of 0, a padding of 0, then the box sizing to border box. Okay, so now let's refresh. Let's go back to, now we can see that the spaces are not there, but you can see that the nav bar, it has removed the padding inside the nav bar. So what we will do is that we will go back to our nav bar component for the CSS, for the nav bar, and inside the container we're going to add a padding of, let's say, 20 pixels. Now let's check it out, and I think this is looking great. So now we've gotten rid of those spaces at the corners. So now we have to add some content inside our home page. So now let's go back to the home.